going bananas, and it's Dudu that grabs a double off the back end. He's now trying to dance his way out of it, and Nongshim just fall apart in the team fight, trying to focus down this Pyosik, who is a champion now, and doesn't really need to try too hard to be one.
Attempted turn from Nongshim gets promptly punished. Let's trade up here for the DN Freaks as we take a look. So we go all in on Pyosik, who, as you mentioned, has Heartsteel.
Heartsteel, Frost Armor, Aftershock.
There's a lot. Doesn't actually get the Aftershock until later, which is why he was relatively squishy. But then Gio is just amongst multiple people here when both Bulldog and Dudu show up. And yeah, that's not where you want to be as Ezreal. Just ends up going down very quickly. Berserker wasn't threatened.
Yep. DN Freaks fans starting to feel happiness for the first time this season. No, that's not true. They have won a couple of games here and there.
Yeah, but
this is looking a whole lot better.
I actually looked, because imagine, right, that DN Freaks break the Nongshim streak. Nongshim get into a losing streak as well.
Oh no.
When would they face DK? Because that's immediately where our mind goes, right? But it's not. That's the final match of the season,
man.
Atlas.
Oh, that's going to be a banger.
I know, I can't wait.
Nongshim just started Baron.
Yeah, they're looking for the turn, right?
There's a ward in the back of the pit here. Seismic Shove going to throw Pyosik away. He's looking to try and just get himself in there to try and take a steal, as it's not going to happen. Dudu trying to get on top of Gideon. Pop Blossom into the backline. Pyosik still going to go down, though, as Kingen looking to dash away. Nongshim just needing to keep these Barons alive, as Gwen runs with scissors, but will be safe in the end.
That was 7 health, Atlas.
Oh, dear.
7 health on Baron.
I just saw that the jungler got it, so it was probably fine.
it was fine, but we'll see in the replay. But I'm 99% sure that it was in fact down to 7 health. So Lions use the clips, use the Aftershock, tanks a lot of damage here, and Kingen actually is able to keep Pyosik away with his damage.
7, yeah.
Yep. That could have if that goes to Dudu, that might be the end of the game.
Ooh, 6 points.
Kind of wanted to hit that one, Dudu. Would have been really big because the rest of the team is not in position to follow up. Gideon and Alex are still dead.
Yep.
Could have been even in the Edla hands, either of them is fine.
And actually now, like, Calyx can teleport in, Grand Starfall going to be there for Gideon as well, and so they can be there in a moment's notice, but not if they're dead, like you were saying. So it certainly would have been a good opportunity to start a fight. And despite the fact that DN Freaks managed to win a fight, they managed to get themselves Soul Point, they got Otacon, they just lost the Baron, and Nongshim kept quite a few of them alive as well. So you can see pushing up here towards this bottom side. Bulldog taking so much damage here. His shield bow now going to be on cooldown as well. Glacial Prison just going to sail by majestically, but isn't going to do anything. Yeah. It's really not working out. I'd probably give that one as Gio just going to be able to get out of the way of everything that Bulldog throws at him. Really nice Ezreal play here, but of course, that's why you pick the champion. He's got that mobility. Don't know where that Mystic Shot was going, but that's just to throw us off.
He did have to invest his flash, though. So I think he E'd the Q3, and then Bulldog got them with the ult, so Gio had to flash.
Yep.
DN Freaks, they still get another shot. There is an Ezreal without flash on the enemy team. Calyx will have is available, but I think Kingen and Gideon shouldn't. And if you win the fight and you get Soul Point, that Baron really doesn't matter, right? Like, yes, you're a little bit behind in gold, but the inhibitor turrets all stand. They're all still there, Atlas. They haven't gone down.
I mean, the Nexus is up on both sides. Right now,
well, that's
both teams have a Nexus at 100% health. That means it's a 50-50. Who's going to be losing theirs first?
I'm not coping, though.
No, neither am I.
Well, I feel like you're making...
I'm all about the facts. That's what I'm about.
Atlas, I know you're
no bias here.
I know you're making fun of me. That's okay.
I'm not making fun of you at all.
I want you to be upfront about it.
I'm just, it's statistics, you know?
Statistics.
And probability.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So, I remember
fight.
No
flash for Gio, Gideon, or Kingen. Bulldog has his available. He has a big role to play in this fight. Him and Dudu need to get under the enemy backline. If Nongshim just get the kite back, play from range, I think it's going to be really hard. Kingen also would really want to be on a third item. Instead, he's just collecting components. He does have a ton of armor, which we do appreciate for obvious reasons.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Kingen is like, well, I guess I'll just be a tank because I only need to build half the stats, so it'll be fine, right?
Well, he also has a Shroud. Yeah, he has a lot of extra resistances.
Yeah.
He's beefy. Has Riftmaker.
Pyosik. Face checking is still hard, as Giu's starting to do a lot of damage, as you can see. His health bar as well is really juiced up.
He just eat forward.
Yeah, Solar Flare going to be avoided nicely there by Bulldog. Really good play. Still not really going to be helping out here as Gideon puts up the shield. They're clearing out a lot of vision.
Well, we can
Nongshim
see
desperately not wanting to give away Infernal Soul, which I could understand is a pretty good thing to do. The Blast Cone still up and available. Bulldog going to cut through that one as now Calyx looking for the angle. The double shove going to connect Life. Going to have to go golden as Calyx does the same thing. Pop Blossom still going to be channeled though, and Life helps take down the Taliyah. He's happy to trade his life for it as well, as now Bulldog is just dead. Kingen going golden as well as he looks to dash away, but Berserker is a monster in this game. And with only Gideon and Gio alive, I don't know whether they're going to be able to defend this dragon.
Oh, the range. Gio's trying to play to it.
Yeah, Pyosik moving on in as well, and he is a true tank right now. Gio gets flashed on here by this Sejuani, and he is not going to get away. Yeah, he still has cleanse, by the way.
That's Soul!
Yeah, that is just going to be Soul picked up.
They're getting Soul Atlas! What? Is it happening?
Why does Gio still have cleanse, Chronicler? Okay, let's have a look at this fight one more time.
I do think at that point he would have died, cleanse or not. They did get on top of it.
Yeah,
so Gideon just missing the mark with the ultimate, misreading where they were going to go, and then Life actually hits the ultimate over the wall onto Calyx. And without the Taliyah, you can see the lack of damage.
Yeah, and Calyx used everything onto this Neeko that still Pop Blossomed. Yep. And so basically that double shove that looked so cool and things like that really equated to absolutely nothing, because Life, the value that he gets from this Neeko is so high. And in fact, his play this game has been outstanding.
Gideon was basically a non-factor in that fight, and he's the richest member, so that was a big deal. And then Pyosik there, very confident on the flash. He's the one that locks down Giu, that guarantees them the Infernal. And Dean Freaks?
Dean Freaks are in a good position to win this game.
With Infernal Soul and a triple carry, even arguably quadruple carry composition, with that Neeko also being kind of beefed up, I need you to win this game. We need it to happen. Everyone needs this. Even if you're an Nongshim fan, your team's doing great. Give him this one.
Yep.
They need it so badly, Atlas.
Well, do you know what? Here's the silver lining. They're guaranteed top 2. As okay, Kingen clearing out vision where he can. This Baron is just going down. Gideon wanting to get some vision in there. Down to 6k. They get a control ward across. Calyx holding his own as they have spotted Dudu on the flank. Glacial Prison will connect. Pop Blossom on a 3 again, as Life has been so good. Bulldog diving into the backline, but Giu, he gets himself out of the way. And they do go 1 for 1 here, but the mid laner traded for the support once again isn't great. They take down Calyx though, and that gives Dan Freaks a huge advantage.
I don't know about the Baron though. Giu is still alive, Kingen's alive, Gideon's there, they're gonna try.
True shot barrage.
I don't think they need to go for this Hail Mary.
Yep, that's a legit amount of damage as Pyosik continuing to get softened up as Kingen moving in, snip, going to connect there as Dudu just goes down. Pyosik looking for that turn angle, but now it's Nongshim finding it. Berserker cannot kite, and the DN Freaks have thrown it all away once again as Life, he will remain alive, but he is the only one that will. As once again, the ultimates from Gideon have been laughable at best, but it does not matter.
No! They had it! They could have just leave. You have Infernal Soul. You don't need to flip the game. You're not actually that purple. Well, now you are. Now the game is done. Oh my god.
Did you hear Gwen's little giggle as he dashed over the wall there?
As we take another look at this fight, Dudu in a great position here, threatening the back line.
Life's ult again.
Life's ult is great. The fact that Giu stays alive is a big deal, because that is what ends up killing Bulldog, and Pyosik overextends. But because of the work done by Dudu and Berserker in the back line, look at this state right now. You can just, it's okay. You got a bunch of cooldowns. You have an Infernal Soul, just reset and go for another fight. They can't do Nash as long as you keep a decent look at it, but instead,
look at all of this money, man. So now, yes, like, they lose this fight, but it's even worse than that, because there's shutdowns going onto a Gwen, onto an Ezreal. Like,
Well, they lost Nash. Now they don't.
Yeah.
Now the game is again very firmly in Nongshim's hands.
I have to go back to it. I have to go back to it, Chronicler. We need to hold on to hope that this is indeed a 50-50. Both Nexuses are still up, right? Both bases are unscathed.
I know that's technically true, but oh yeah.
And this has been swings and roundabouts in this game, right? Like when we think someone has a lead that's going to be difficult to come back from, the other team finds an angle.
In the same way you do see, it's the depth of that gold graph. Up until that point, it was always very close. The swings were on you, but now the swing is massive. Yes, the Freaks, they still have a great team fight. They still have the combo. Bulldog can sync up with Berserker and Life, go for these big AoE combos. They still have the Infernal Soul.
Yeah, it exists, but it's very powerful.
Nongshim will be able to use this Nash to set up full prio for the Elder. And that's what I'm worried about, because if they get Elder, that's the one edge that DN Freaks have, is the fact that they are the ones with, I think, still an insanely strong team fight.
Oh dear. The Weaver's Wall does make sieging just feel so much more comfortable as well, as they take down the turret. And Lehends, yeah, they pseudo-engage onto the Leona, and then they remember it's a Leona. And so Lehends, like later on in the game as well, when you've maxed out the Eclipse, like the Leona is like very, very difficult to take down. And so focusing on Lehends, taking him out at the beginning of a lot of these fights like they have been doing, is going to be less and less of a good idea. As I want to bring up the items again, because we need to have a look at this. Randuin's Omen king in.
270 armor.
Yeah, because he's got a Zhonya's as well. What is he going to be building next?
I love the
question.
Build.
Yeah, it's actually, like, now that it's come together, it looks fantastic. A little bit janky and old-fashioned at the beginning, but now looking good. As Life is going to pop Blossom Calyx and then go Golden. Okay, Teleport is still coming through. There is the dash cannon. Finally throws some rocks at him. Goes Golden himself as Gideon's come back down, but it looks like Calyx is going to be dead. Dudu dashing around like a madman as in goes Lehends. And Bulldog's looking for it. Gee, you're not going to be able to kite this one out. And like I said, swings and roundabouts, Chronicler. The DN Freaks are looking for it, and you tanky me ain't tanky enough, Kingin. And Lehends is on the wrong side of this. I don't know what he's doing here, trying to pull a wave or something like that, but he's dead. That's going to be an ace. That should be Elder. And the DN Freaks, it is now their turn to have the game in their hands.
As it turns out, they did only need a Nexus.
This is the weirdest game of hot potato I have ever commentated, Chronicler.
Just please do Elder. Don't try. No. Just do it.
No, we end these. We end these, Chronicler. For better or worse.
Like maybe no. Talia's gonna be up. You don't have Nash.
Oh,
okay. Well, maybe it works, but oh, this is stressful.
Well, they lose the minions, so it doesn't matter. Okay, so
no, I think they've done it.
All right, 2 seconds on the Taliyah. Jiu's up in 5. The Weaver's Wall is going to come down. Does it get rid of the minions? That's the question. Seismic Shove is decent, and they cannot do it. They cannot do it. Dudu is going to be taken down so low. It was a Hail Mary.
You could have just gotten the free Elder!
Well, I mean, if you're going to go with the theme of the game, Chronicle, if you remember when they went for the Baron and threw the game away, it was also a little bit of a, you could have done X, but they did Y. Pop Blossom looking for the backline. Life finds yet another great angle. Kyoshik going down low, but he doesn't die. It's the Snips. They're able to take him out, and Nongshim are standing their ground. Life running the wrong direction. There are pings onto the Nexus. And it's now Nongshim's turn to see if they can end this game.
Okay, but wait, they don't have TP.
All right, so maybe instead they're just going to do the Elder?
So they will do Elder.
Aha. And then win the game? Oh, wait, no.
At this point, we don't.
No, they're going to use the Elder in order to get some sieges happening, get some positioning. Let's have a look at the replay here. My brain's gone. It's gone. It's over.
It's game 1, Atlas.
It's game 1. It's going to be a potentially long day.
I know KT is playing right now, but I sure feel like I'm in a roller coaster.
Oh, yeah.
So, DN Freaks win the game here. Except they have also listened to Atlas and realized the only thing that really matters when you think about is killing the enemy Nexus. Which...
Why would you pin it on me? It's not my fault.
Hey, you're the one speaking facts.
Look, he holds the minions out of the way of the second Nexus turret. It's actually incredibly peak.
Yeah, because that's what...
From Calyx, that was game-winning.
Because otherwise, without it, it might just turn onto him, take him down, and then this fight, yeah, it's a bit messy, but they get on top of Berserker immediately. So even though Gio goes down, Kingen...
Look at Kingen just
Gideon,
dancing around.
Yeah, Kingen does not take... Well, he took damage when it was 4 versus 1, but in a team fight, unless you focus on me, will not be taking damage. So that's Elder now there, and I don't think they're actually going to really care about the Elder. They're just going to use it to get Nash, and then they do have Exodia, and that should be the game.
They don't have Exodia. Exodia has to have Soul as well.
Oh, sorry,
and the DN Freaks have Soul.
Do they?
I don't know. I haven't really noticed. There's been a lot of things in this game that have not necessarily gone the way that was written on the tin. How we say a lot of that stuff about the tin.
Are we the problem? I feel like this has happened with disproportionate amounts to us.
This is like going to the supermarket buying baked beans and inside there's a cat. Like, it just doesn't make sense.
I'm so confused.
I signed up for this thing, and it's not the thing.
You just signed up for beans?
Yeah, it's like you're like, I thought I paid for
signed up
Netflix.
For beans?
I signed up for a Netflix subscription, and I've got like a gym membership instead. It's like, that's the opposite of what I'm paying for. My brain it's gone, but now we've got a siege on the Nexus. One Nexus turret left remaining as in goes Kingen. He's going to take a lot of damage. The Pop Blossom is decent, but there is a big, angry dragon. Gio able to use his arcane shift to get out of the way. It's a triple for the Pantheon. It's a quadra for the Pantheon. It could be a pentakill for the jungler of Nongshim, and there it is!
Oh!
And now they're going to end the game, I guess, after they've taken down the troll inhibitor. This game could not be any more weird, but congratulations to Gideon.
Their own base is getting minions.
Yeah,
they could just hold on for a little longer. They won. They lost.
They did.
They won. They lost. They won. They lost. They won. They lost. They won. Nongshim's up 1-0.
Yeah. I don't think that there's been any time more effective to say the old, it's a 50-50.
It's just a 50-50. I don't know.
It really was. It really just was. This game was definitely not what we expected. That's what I was trying to say with my a million different analogies that barely made any sense. We came into this thinking that Nongshim were going to be a far cleaner team. They were not. But DN Freaks, you can see that they've had not a lot of practice on stage closing out games.
No, and this is for me where you feel the weight of their score. If DN Freaks are just a normal Eastside team, you know, they won a couple of series, I don't think they ever go for the end there. I think they just say, guys, we take Elder, use that to end the game. I don't think they go for that Baron flip it. That is desperation. And the game state didn't warrant it, but it's understandable because you can feel in every move how much these players need to win.
Absolutely. And I want to say, like,
God, Atlas.
Like, Pyosik has had a really rough time this season, but he recovered extremely well from that abysmal early game. And so Nongshim, certainly a lot of tape for them to review, and in fact, the amount of tape reviewed after that game is going to be extensive. And I'm very much looking forward to the space breaking down this game number 1, explaining why all of the twists and turns occurred, using analysis and all of that sort of stuff. We're going to take a little bit of a break, and then we're going to come back for game number 2. We'll see you there.
볼게 이거. 이거. 오케이. 이거. 다음 라인부터 볼게. 나 일단 죽었고. 해봐. 은혜. 빼서. 안면서. 나 앞에다 펜타 한 번만 해도. 펜타 보고. 나 펜타인데 이거? 펜타 보고. 줘야 돼? 보고. 펜타. 자, 일단. 억대기. 민성이 첫 펜타냐? 첫 펜타지. 야, 좋았다. 뭐야? 내 잘못이야 이거? 너 잘못이지.
and welcome to the space. We are here after game number 1 of Nongshim versus DNF, which made us all feel some really weird feels. It was over, and then it wasn't, and then it was, and then it wasn't, and then it was, and then it wasn't, and it just kept on repeating. It just felt like DNF didn't know how to win or didn't want to win, or they just couldn't figure it out, and Nongshim also were throwing left and right. It was a really weird one. Nongshim did end up winning in the end. I'm Valdez, with me is Ox and Wadid. What do you guys think about that one?
I genuinely, after the first couple of minutes of that game, was ready to call it. After the jungle invade, I was like, yeah, this game is probably done. Unfortunately for DNF, another loss on the cards. And it kept going for long after that. A lot of things happened in this game. Some of them, you know, I have a pretty good read on. And some of them, I'm just left wondering.
You know what? This happens every single time when I come LCK after LEC co-stream.
So it's your fault.
It spreads.
I think it spreads. LEC is not the location or region. It's just a like feeling, you know?
State of mind.
Everyone is feeling LEC. That's how I feel too.
Well, yeah, it was definitely kind of an LEC vibe over here for sure. We do have highlight number 1, which was 34 minutes into the game on the Baron. DNF actually thought, oh, okay, we're going to do the Baron. We're going to set this one up. And we were actually considering maybe they could do it. But the way they handled it, Wadid, was not the best.
So yeah, everyone is focusing on the Nexus situation afterwards. But I think this is the moment where they can actually win the game. This is the moment where they already got the 4th Drake. So here's the point. So you can actually play the clip here. And you can see how they position themselves really well in this situation. Dudu is in the back position, like flanking, and they're looking for the ultimate. Even though like Jiu escapes this situation, I think they ended up really well around the team fight. I think especially Dudu, his positioning and his skill shots in this situation was so perfect. So afterwards, you try the Nashor, but you're not actually trying Nashor here. You start the Nash to bait them out. To bait them out, right? So can you pause here? You can actually fight here because they're just running into Nico's skill shot, and also you can just go on them easily. When the Nashor HP is 7k, can you just zoom in here? Like 7k HP, and Misfortune and Sejuani is hitting the Nashor. Are they gonna finish the Nash in 1 second? 7k damage? No, obviously not. So instead of that, you should look for the fight. But yeah, you can play the clip here.
The hands on the ground, I think that says it all, because this was a fight that DNF should have won. They could have turned 4v3. Instead, they got swept by a very low health Gwen.
I think this is a recurring issue for DNF where, I mean, normally we see the laning phase go quite well and then things go really awry later. But this is an example where they were in a winning position and they managed to fall off that winning position as a result of it's just lack of coordination. And I think they've talked a bit about how there's some shot calling issues within the team. This was a shot calling issue.
It's very clear that that is their main issue. And speaking of which, we're going to take a look at highlight number 2, which was the failed end of the game. And this was at 39 minutes. They win a fight. Calyx gets totally caught out here in a very rough spot, trying to go all in onto a Nico, flashing for this even. And he just dies.
I don't know why Calyx is in that position at first, right? Like Nongshim had such a great lead after that Nash situation.
Don't think too hard about it. You'll just bother you.
So yeah, I mean, we were thinking about this situation, and I think they could actually end. You know, like if you have more than 20 seconds from the secondary turret, I think you have enough time to end the game. But you can speed up here.
I think one factor is Lahen's slowing the wave down.
Yeah, I think that helped a lot too.
Which made a difference. And the fact that, you know, the only viable wave is in the bot lane, it's still quite far away, they have to push through. They're making decent progress, but the spawn timers are starting to come back. But I think the real thing is, like, look how quickly this tower kind of just gets destroyed.
Oh, man. Maybe they should have tanked it? No. It doesn't matter. I think the big difference is that they're gonna actually try to end here, and you can see the damage on the Nexus turret is actually huge when the minion comes in. But Calyx puts the wall, so the upper turret is not.
Look at the damage it's
dying.
It's just not taking any because the minions are out of range, and you can see Gideon goes to finish off the minions just to completely eliminate any chance of the game being ended. The backdoor bonus, the defenses on that tower so strong, they couldn't brute force through it. And now they're in a situation where they didn't go for the Elder buff. Instead of going for the Elder buff, they went to try and end. It backfired, and then they ended up losing the fight and losing the Elder, which led to the game end. So I think it was Lehends and Calix having some clutch moments, and really just an ambitious call that didn't work out.
Yeah, I don't know, even if they go for Elder, I don't see them have a great chance because of the map control and also the team comp-wise. I don't see them actually reaching to Azure, Gwen, and Talia at the same time. So I feel like it was a great chance to end, but it was outplay, as you mentioned, from Lehends and Calix once again.
Kind of felt like Calix, you know, he made a big mistake. He made up for it, right? The wall saves their base. He's able to push the enemy jungler away, and he is able to hold on to the base after that call from DNF. So still some smiles on the side of DNF. Hopefully they keep their hopes up after that game number 1, but let's throw it back to the casters for game number 2.
Thank you so much, Valdez and the gang. I do want to say I really appreciate we did breaking down that team fight and then just kind of quitting halfway through. It was peak content, and we appreciate you for it. I don't know whether I can do that again. I'm going to be honest. I just if another game happens that's that silly, I just may not be capable of you know, functioning effectively with it.
Oh!
So, oh man, so many people are flying so far, and he came to see us as well, Cronny,
Okay, well, now we have to.
Oh, this is so
That's
cute.
adorable.
Oh, thanks. And hi to his mom as well.
Hi,
I
Mom.
hope he's got my watch. I have that watch. I'm not wearing it today because I'm wearing the smartwatch instead. He has literally the same watch that my mom bought me.
It's, guess what? Today's Dutch Mother's Day as well.
It's our Mother's Day as
Is
well.
it? Oh, yeah,
Australian
but not
Mother's Day.
always.
I called my mom this morning.
Yeah,
Oh my goodness.
I'm calling her tonight.
I want that guy to come up and like.
We need to take that picture.
We've got, and we've
This
also
is important.
we've got another headset here as well, so he could come and join us, perhaps, if we could find him. Hopefully he's watching with.
It would fit with the vibes today.
Well, honestly, I think he'd do a better job than me at this point in time. My brain is lacking functionality after that first game.
We might have 5 more hours of video games, Atlas.
That's what I'm talking about.
And a POG state recording. So I need you to.
Well, I think the content gets better in the POG state if my brain's not
I
functioning.
know,
but
we
for the
believe
video
that.
game commentary, it's
Really?
not as good.
We should be doing some research into that. Whether that is just something that we believe or whether that's true. There's research to be done here.
I
I'm just
refuse
saying.
to believe anything else. So, does that count?
Well, after the last game, I'm willing to believe anything. So that works well together.
All right, well, the Azir and Jace are going to be the follow-up bands after the Varus is taken away. The Vi, obviously, obligatory. As Nongshim will move over to the red side. The DN Freaks with first pick opportunity. A curious Zayaban is going to come on in here. And now, Nongshim, what is your answer? What is the big prize that you're able to pick up as the Rumble does come in? Yeah, is it just Ari Neferi?
I don't know about the blind Ari. Maybe you pick Aurora for Kingen?
Oh, yeah, that could work. Oh,
Oh,
Xin Zhao's up.
Xin Zhao's
Never
up.
mind. Okay.
Yeah, never mind.
Silly Billies.
We are silly billies.
Imagine not being able to like understand the obvious pick in a situation where this is a game 2 after what we had in game 1. Crazy. That is a very early Kai'Sa lock-in.
So we're hate drafting against Berserker, which makes sense to me. Like, that tracks. I don't like the early Kai'Sa priority. I don't think this champion should be picked this early.
But they banned the Xayah, so what are they supposed to do?
Yeah, if only Kai'Sa... We literally saw... I think the most painful Kai'Sa matchup I've seen was... I forgot who it was, but someone picked Jinx to Kai'Sa.
Yeah, that's awful.
And it was a complete disaster, because as it turns out, Kai'Sa is very short range.
Yep. Caitlyn also does pretty well into Kai'Sa, as it turns out. Wukong. That's an old favorite of Pyosix, as we know. This is going to be a lot of damage. Not a lot of range, definitely a lot of damage, but when you very early pick a Kai'Sa, you are definitely representing not a whole lot of range yourself. As Calix, hovering a LeBlanc, that's kind of fun.
Kind of love that. I don't think that's...
Oh, that's way more fun! No, come on, Calix.
No,
come on,
Calix! We believe in you!
No. Oh, yes!
That's
a
so
snake.
good. That's so good into right. No!
No, then he realized, but if we get feats of strength, then I don't actually get something in my items that looks cool. Even though you do still get the extra cool stats. But it's still fine. But Ari's going to be locked in, and it's boring! Whee!
It's good with Kai'Sa.
Yep,
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Just imagine being a DN Freaks comp and trying to play into Casio.
Yeah.
I just...
But what about, like, he could have also picked a Nivea. As you've said before, is unplayable for the Rise.
Yep.
But he decided not to and went for the Fox Lady once again.
So it does make his 2v2 way better. It does enable the Kai'Sa.
Yeah.
We get it, but we don't love it, and we don't have to.
We don't have to like it, exactly. It's a free world.
Nautilus is the complete no-brainer here. That should be a ban from DN Freaks. Yeah, okay, come on. They banned Braum and Renata. This is the most obvious R4 Nautilus
It's also Lehends.
ever seen.
Yeah. But now they get either Nautilus or Alistair, and I think they don't care about either of them. So they don't care which one they get. If the DN Freaks ban Alistair here, it would be a massive mistake. So we're hoping that they do not do that. That's my thing. Because then at least they can get the Alistair themselves. So they ban Array the Aurora instead. I like it.
Yeah, that's a solid ban. Kingen, I'm sure, has more trickery up his sleeve to play into...
Diana, baby.
I don't...
Diana's actually the anti-Rumble tech. It's not the anti-Gwen
I don't
tech.
even... Oh, okay, yeah, surely.
There's that Nautilus you were talking about. Huge surprise.
Yeah.
Flipping out of our chairs over here.
Who could have known? I can't even physically do that, I'm pretty sure.
And if you did, we are very close to a sudden fall. So if you flip out of the chair, you're likely to flip onto the floor of
Well,
Wildpark.
I'd flip sideways.
Oh, that would be better.
Let's go.
The forbidden tech used on the other... No, it's top lane Ahri. Much like when Ahri was first released and I was watching Chaox play her on day one, he was playing her top lane, okay? She started off as a top lane champion in my experience. Kingen could do it.
Atlas, no one even knows who you're talking about.
What do you mean? The most famous AD carry for TSM.
Atlas, the people do not know this.
Yes, they do.
This is not...
Of course they do.
I guarantee you, chat right now is spamming who?
No, they're not.
Yeah, who's Atlas talking about this
They are
time around?
definitely not. No, there's someone that said Chaos
There will
W.
There will be
That's
a lot
different.
of question marks and a lot of who.
No, just Olge. It's just Olge. And understandably so, I think that's fine, but like, we do have to pay homage to our forebears, okay?
I like your deep cuts. You know,
Yeah.
I'm not personally about it. I'm just letting you know.
And now they're all saying who.
Yeah.
Because you said it.
They would never, chat would never do that.
Oh, more Digimon and Wolf isn't here again? Oh, this is so unfair. It's incredibly unfair. We need a call in with Wolf for a bit of a Digimon talk.
We do. It does warm my heart to just keep seeing these DN Freaks fan come. Is that the same? That's the Aizen reference that Chovy keeps doing, right? But now it's just the Nongshim logo on top of the head.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
this is the melee composition versus the other melee composition is what it's kind of looking like to me. There could be a bunch of brawling in this game. The Anivia value is going to be absurd. Let's get onto the Rift.
소환사의 협곡에 오신 것을 환영합니다.
All right, by the way, there's someone in chat that said Chaos brought back memories. So there, someone else knew who that was. Is Wild Turtle like the most well-known AD carry for TSM?
That would be my first fought, yeah.
It's so weird because like I still think of TSM as like I still think of the Dyrus roster, not necessarily the Rain Man roster. So like, and Bjergsen is probably still up there and not
Wouldn't it
Reginald.
also just be double lift for a lot of people?
And I imagine like later on it would of course be double lift, but double lift is CLG forever in my brain. You know?
That is Ulch.
I mean, he did spend a lot of time there.
He did, yeah.
And that was like the classic rivalry, man. CLG
Yeah.
versus TSM. Oh, what a
Yeah.
time to be alive.
I know. Like, I'm trying to... What that roster move, right? Double lift going from CLG to TSM.
Oh, yeah.
Is that like...
One of the biggest anime betrayals of all time.
So what would the comparison be in the LCK? Is that just like...
That would be like Faker going to Gen G.
Faker and Chovy swapping
Yeah, something
places?
like that. Yeah. As Life is flashing in. This is what he does level 1 every time he plays set. Oh, man, it's as if we're just going back 3 years and Life is still the same guy.
We are back in 2021. Where's my Renekton? Where's my Azir?
Exactly.
Bring him in!
I'm sure they're waiting somewhere. As Life has got Facebreaker up again, he is looking for Jiu, but he's not going to be able to quite get there. I love just the walk-up ignite. Oh, that's a lot of aura. That's okay. Lehends does have a bit of a shield here. Just trying to help clear out the wave, get to level 2, but they don't quite get there in time. Jiu going to be able to get this last minion. There it is. And level 2 is gained. Lehends' health bar is looking a little bit frightening here as the Void Seeker is also going to soften up Life just a little bit. Needs a bit more pit grit. As Delight was the last one to play this against Snowflower on Nongshim.
Oh god, not 2022 Nongshim.
Oh, yeah. That's what it is. It wasn't Life that played it, though, which is kind of funny. But yeah, here it is. This is what we were talking about. Life has a 63.6% win rate on this champion. His set has been really good. I believe he also played it when he moved over to the LPL for a little bit. He was still playing his crazy stuff. And this is like the best look for Life, is when he is on his more eclectic picks. Similar to Lehends, you know? Lehends obviously known for things like Singed and Elise. As Kingin. Oh, I really do like this this Anivia skin. There's a lot of really good Anivia skins. The Papercraft comes to mind as one of the
Origami
best.
Anivia.
Yeah, very, very cool. As oh dear, Life may be dead, but does have a Haymaker. And Berserker now looking for Jiu, just needs a double tap, and that's first blood! That's Life set, baby! As DN Freaks off to a great start in game number 2.
Jiu dying with flush up there. Big mistake. I'm not talking the fact that Berserker, like once Berserker had him, I don't think he should have flashed that. But earlier on, the damage from Life was a big deal.
Yeah.
Ends up setting up that kill. That's another kill going with the Berserker. The biggest and most consistent win condition for DN Freaks. Not to actually winning, but to, you know, getting to a good position in game.
Yep. To playing well.
To playing well.
He's certainly been doing a fair bit of that. As Gideon now going to be taking down this crab. Nowhere near as bad a start in the jungle for Pyosik. Just happily farming on the Wukong. And we'll be moving now towards the top side of the map by the looks of things. Let's have a look at this one more time.
Does he take the sweet spot?
No,
He doesn't, but still more than enough damage. Thinks the level up will be enough, plus the fact he doesn't get hit by the true damage, but still, while...
I think as soon as that Autumn Blaze hits, though, you're in range unless you flash. So
Well,
you
yeah.
have to flash.
Oh,
And
that's
still
bad.
going for more, as once again, the Haymaker is getting a whole lot of value. Berserker stacking things up. Press the attack working out super well for this Lucian. And he's still able to put on a lot of pressure. Pickaxe in hand, and that is going to work a whole lot better than the longsword. As Life, oh yeah, you activate Hex Flash, and you are just feeling so good. Look at him, runs towards the hands. There's the dash around, Piercing Light gonna come through, but they just kill him. Still, it's a 1-for-1 trade. As Jiu looking to proc that passive, will be able to get a fair bit of damage, but it looks like Berserker is gonna be okay for the moment.
Well, I'm pretty sure Life, I missed the runes. I'm pretty sure he also has Nimbus Cloak, which means that
He was running real fast.
yeah, both with the Ignite, plus the, every time he uses a Summoner basically, so it can also be the Hex Flash, you get the burst of movement speed, with really, combined with your Q passive, or Activator where you get the movement speed when you run towards someone, really helps that actually get on top of your targets. It is also very sad to just keep brawling until you literally just get blown up.
Yeah, he does also not have a whole lot of help in his runes as far as defensive statistics are concerned, as Kingin does manage to find the stun here onto Dudu. Gets the Flash Frost, but not too much more than that. As Bulldog gets the walk around here, as Calyx will take a lot of damage. FaZe rushes his way out as Life, obviously, Hex flashing around the Rift, having a great time. One death, never going to perturb him. He's never going to be too worried about that. Flash forward! And that is going to immediately get the ulti out of Calyx, but not a great trade there for Bulldog.
Calyx was ready for that one.
He really
If
was.
he's too slow, the test from Bulldog, if he roots him in place, then Life can flash on top of him, get the kill.
Yep.
As here, Life is a level down, so he feels very confident, but Lance, I like that re-engage hook. I think he's dead no matter what. Either they chase you down and you end up dying, or you
Yeah.
can go back in.
Also killed him with Aftershock, which is so many style points.
That is literally the equivalent of, you know, you walk away and the explosion happens.
Yep, yeah.
It's cool.
Like getting a kill with Airy, something like that. Wasn't
That's more frustrating than anything, I think.
Yeah,
It's just like tickle, tickle, and then they fall over.
yeah. And it's kind of cute as well, the thing that's doing the damage.
Yeah, it's like the Ares is like...
It's not very nice. Speaking of not very nice, laning against an Anivia as a champion that doesn't have a whole lot of range is always a little bit frustrating.
You're fine for now. So this is one of those matchups, we've said this a lot with Anivia. Pre-1 item, you're chilling, because Kingen has neither the damage nor the mana to really be annoying.
Yeah, and actually right now we can see that after the lane swaps happened, Dudu
Yeah.
was able to get himself in a very nice position.
And he will, we've seen this before when Kingen picks the Anivia, he will keep farming grasp stacks.
What? That was a weird situation there. It wasn't quite paying enough attention, but then the blue buff lost interest.
Yep, yeah, not sure. Obviously you have to be careful because Bulldog can realm up on top of you.
Yeah.
But yeah, all Kingen wants to do is hit 2 items, and then from that point on, Dudu doesn't exist in side lane.
Nope.
We've seen that happen.
And also, you get to just play forever. This is like, thanks Froggen for all of the experience that we have.
Who?
Oh,
I'm joking.
stop
I know, I'm joking.
Stop
I know
it.
about Froggen.
Everyone does, right? Right, guys? But he taught us that Anivia can certainly stall our games, as that is another engage onto Live. The Haymaker comes in, but Gideon is going to turn up.
Farming grasp stacks. Yeah, so...
The blue buff lost interest.
Yep, yeah, not sure. Obviously you have to be careful because Bulldog can realm up on top of you.
Yeah.
But yeah, all Kingen wants to do is hit 2 items, and then from that point on, Dudu doesn't exist in side lane. Nope. We've seen that happen.
Let's do this.
So you get to just play forever. This is like...
Finding new route. Turn left. Recomputing.
Everyone does, right? Right, guys? But he taught us that Anivia can certainly stall our games, as that is another engage onto Live. The Haymaker comes in, but Gideon is going to turn up.
Rerouting. Drive safe. Go straight. ready to roll.